Hi, everyone. This is Ray Kidd from TC Flag Football, league owner and director of TC Flag Football. Today, we are taking some time to talk about our website, tcflagfootball.com, also nexussportshub.com. And the reason why I'm taking the time today to go over this stuff is because a lot of people have asked me, where do I find, information about my schedule, my roster, my team? Where do I register? How do I contact you? How do I apply? And all these things are on our website. So I think it's just appropriate that we take 10 minutes out of our day to learn these things and understand, where these things are on our website. So as you can see on our screen, this is the website, TC Flag Football. So uh, the very first thing you'll see is the ease and access on the very top here about our headers, how to contact us, what we're about, what community events that we may be having coming up, how to apply is one that we always get asked about. What are the rules? And then our two different location sites to which that will lead into deeper areas regarding standings, rosters, schedule, so on and so forth. On the very front page here, you also see that it just jumps right into, you can click here to register. We also have a little bit of informative information in regards to our leagues, tournaments, our locations, what to expect in the game times, and then the different skill levels that we offer in our league, because that's part of our registration point. So it's good to go ahead and review this information up front if you're not aware of the different skill levels. And then straight from each one of these, you can easily sign up and register into the league. Uh, so that's the home page there. We'll jump into the contact information. This is a great avenue to reach out to the league directly. All you got to do is just enter your first and last name, your email, and then your message that you want to share with us. So it can be something that's just suggestive, a little bit of recognition towards an athlete or a player or a ref. It can also be some feedback about the league in itself, good or bad or indifferent. Okay. Um, and then there's some background history about the league itself, kind of talks about our mission statements and things of that sort. Again, the hiring, you can simply click on that and it'll take you to an application. Our rules is pretty easy to do. You jump into it, gives you our 6v6 and 5v5. You can preview the rules right here up front. You can even print them, you can download them. So it's pretty easy to see where the rules are. We made this so it's very accessible to our refs and players on the field to play. Okay. Now we're going to jump into the actual website, or the web portion that's probably the most important to everybody. Is, the information that we're looking at here, from league standings to rosters, the schedules, so on and so forth. I will say in this section here is usually where we have our countdown for our individual our registration processes for each site. So we just finished out winter one registration. We'll have winter two countdown coming up, and flyer updated for that. This is where the Build the Beast draft board was. Don't necessarily like where this was. I may end up adjusting where we do our draft tournaments and things of that sort. May have a link in our header for tournaments in themselves. But we're going to jump into the standings itself. Now, when you jump into the standings, it may take you directly to a site that is specific to your team's registration. You can navigate this through the different seasons and events that we had active. This list may get longer. I may actually have to look at how we manage this to keep, to see what stays active or not. But we'll go ahead and jump into the fall league. You can switch between different divisions as well for the standings, so you can see past division, winner, or where teams were in the Gladiator and Titan level right now. You won't see the winner one because no games are played, so this should be pretty blank, but it will take you to the schedule of games that are coming up. And then obviously you can see the different divisions and standings that are standing there. The good thing about this is that you can see the upcoming games, you can see the field assignments and who's playing who, and what time. So all that information is literally right here, accessible to your fingertips. Okay. While I'm in here, you can also, I've gotten this question, like, how do I see my opponent's roster? So assuming that I'm aces, I'm playing the silverbacks, I can click into this and then I can see the Silverbacks roster down here. I can also see their win-loss total percentage of the season and their upcoming games. So if I just want to be snoopy as to like who they played or what have you, can certainly do that. You can even go through and see who's responded to whether or not they're going to play. This is a feature that is in the app in itself that players can respond and RSVP to games. As a team captain, this is a feature that I would like to see my teammates use, so I can have accessibility to view how we're at in terms of participation and numbers. Now, obviously, up here is a little bit deceiving because this talks about odds to win. All this is odds of based on who's showing up, and not necessarily who's showing up, but the numbers wise. So if Silverbacks had 100% of their team players saying that they're going to be there, and the other team only had half their team, then the odds would be 100% over here, or whatever. So don't worry about these odd percentages because that's just a unnecessary feature that we have or whatever. But what you could do is, like I said, you could spy into who's showing up, who's expected to show up to today's game or whatever. And then, like I said, you can see who they're playing in the upcoming weeks. Okay. So we're going to back out of this here. And I'm backing out just to kind of get back to where I'm talking about a variety of different things. So obviously we've seen the schedule here. The other things you can see from this section too, that's easy and accessible, is the announcements. So if you're looking for anything from a past announcement, then I say, hey, there was an announcement that came out about this. All you have to do is go into the standings section and look into the announcements tab, and you can easily see all the different announcements that have come out from the league. If you have the Playbook app and you have your notifications turned on, you will get prompted when an announcement comes out from the league in regards to maybe a change in game schedule or something to that effect. Okay. If you click into the schedule itself, this starts to isolate a bit more. Or no, this doesn't isolate. There's a different section there, but you can set this up where you can see the week to week game. So if you're turning around and you're like, I just want to see the games between week 2, all you have to do is do that, and you'll see just the games for week 2. If you want to see all the games that are coming up, then you can just do that, and you'll see every single game that comes up. Okay. I believe you can separate this out by division as well. So there's a lot of features there in terms of filtering that, if you know how to do all that. Okay. Now I'm going to go back here because we saw all the schedules and all that stuff through the league standing site. But if you go into the schedule itself, it's only going to show you your schedule. The advantage to this is that it will show you what field you play on, whereas the other schedule did not. And then, like I said, it will isolate to you your games. So, like for me, I'm signed up to play in 6v6 with wildcards, and I'm in the 5v5 league with Banquet Boys. So you can see the different programs that these games are running. So if you're running on a Thursday night game or what have you, you can certainly see that in your schedule as well. The nice thing about this is you can download this, you can upload it into your personal calendar and things of that sort. So if you're losing track as to when your games are, you can easily do that through this feature. And you can do this through a calendar view or list view. List view is probably a little bit more digestible than the calendar view in itself, to be honest. Okay. Again, on rosters here, so I get this question a lot about how do I add guys to my roster. And so right now I'm just going to flip over to this Build the Beast tournament as an example. And as a team captain, if I'm looking to add players to my roster, then all you have to do is hit invite players. From there, you can invite a player by email, or if you have them from a previous roster, you can add them from a previous roster, and you just click on their names. And if they're on your team, you can just sit there, do that, and then send those invitations over. If you're doing an invite by email, you can just enter the name and their email address and then add to a list. And what will happen is their name will pop up here. And if you want to add more players, you can keep adding name by name by name, and it'll have a collaborative list. And then after the list is done, you filled out everybody that you want to have invited, then you click send invitations and it will send invitations to your team. They must receive the email and then they must acknowledge that they've accepted being on the team. It will put the player on your team, but it will show that they had not accepted the invitation right here. It will say pending. So that's a great example there as to one that I did earlier today. Okay. I hope that helps team captains in understanding how to do that with their roster. Okay, so going back to the homepage, again, this is a very useful tool. It's still being developed over time here on based on upon some feedback, some questions, what have you. So if anybody's got any questions, feel free to reach out, contact us on the website, and offer us your suggestions, and we'll gladly take them in consideration. Thank you for the time and watching this. And if you need to reach out, please do so.